Alright, hello everyone.
Hey guys!
Sorry for the slightly...
Hey gamers!
Yeah. Sorry for the slightly late start. We were having some technical difficulties on our side, but it happens. Yeah, I don't have anything to say since we just went over everything like yesterday. So the big thing
We're gonna jump.
Yeah, we're just gonna jump right in. The biggest thing that we did last time was we finished up the 11 o'clock block. And we went through Minorikawa's thing. He did fine except for the fact that Chiaki, I think her name is, quit on us. Mm-hmm. And we can't do it without her. So apparently that has something to do with Kano's route. We'll find out. So who do you want to start with? We have Osawa, Tama, Achi, or Kano.
I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen to poor little Tama.
Alright, we can start with Tama.
Best girl.
In 1 hour, the Burning Hammer sales demo will begin. Chiri's just having the time of her life, isn't she?
God, I wish that were me.
I know. Chiri is laying out the assortment of snacks that we'll have on hand.
Oh my god, that all looks delicious.
I know, I want some.
Hey Tama, are you hungry?
Why, yes! Yes, I am. I mean, that should be pretty obvious at this point. All I've had since putting on this stupid mascot costume is some burning hammer and a bunch of iced tea.
Hey now, you're
Chiri
a rock
shoots
star.
back.
Get your game on. Go play. Sorry. Chiri shoot. Sorry. Hey now.
Chiri shoots back.
What's with the attitude?
Chiri, you do remember that you ate my lunch, right?
Oh. The sticker said it was best before noon. Now it's after.
You just made that up!
Yeah.
Chiri chortles merrily and chugs some more iced tea.
Crunch, crunch. Okay, folks.
Mr. Yanagashita calls out as he slips into the room.
Lunch break's over. Back to work.
I don't feel like I've had much of a break. If anything, I'm even more mentally exhausted than I was before.
There's a box full of Anagotchi toys. Is it like Tamagotchi? But okay.
I would assume I'm branded, yeah.
On the third floor. Right. Mind bringing those down.
Anagotchi, I ask. What's that? The name makes it sound like some sort of product knockoff. Mr. Yanagashita's face widens in surprise. Yeah.
Oh, you never heard of them? Oh my god, look at that thing. Holy shit. You know, Anagotchi. It's a digital pet game where you raise an eel that lives in Tokyo Bay.
Anagotchi is a portable electronic game in which you raise a conger eel, anago, feeding it daily and clearing away feces. Depending on how you raise your eel, it can wind up developing into various forms, from normal eel to ultimate eel sushi. You can also use the infrared communication feature to bring over friends for your eel from another nearby Anagotchi device. There's also a sister product, Trout Watch. By connecting the two, you can view a special event where the eel and trout characters go to a pub together.
What?
Never heard of it, I say.
Wow, you are cultured swine.
I know.
Well, I guess maybe a lot of people in Japan haven't heard of it yet. But it's all the rage right now with youngsters over in NYC.
NYC? Oh, he must mean New York City. It's popular in New York? Really?
Anyway, I did some quick checking and that's what I learned. So last month I bought a whole bunch of them.
And once again, you were swindled. Yep. Oh, that's Chiri, sorry.
Oh, And once again, you were swindled. Yup.
Ouch. Cheery dropping the hard truth. Mr. Yanagashita lets out a pathetic whimper.
No.
Just like that, his confidence evaporates. He starts muttering to himself.
There goes my life savings. I thought it sounded a little fishy. Really? I mean, think about it. Why would kids in New York be interested in raising eels from Tokyo Bay?
He muses.
This guy has terrible luck.
I know.
And what appeal would an eel character even have anyway? None. That's what I should have known that. I didn't know it.
Then why do you buy them?
Oh my god.
This farce is getting tiresome.
I told you, Naito. Yeah, you're right. Anyway.
Yanagashita continues.
Anyway. It was gonna cost way too much to keep them in storage, so I was just gonna let them, the recycling guy take them.
He hangs his head in shame.
Yeah.
In a matter of moments, he's borderline catatonic. The type of eel that gives Anagotchi its name, Anago, can be loosely translated as the creature that lives in a hole. Mr. Yanagashita is probably wishing he could crawl into a hole right about now. Cheerio, on the other hand, flashes a big, bright grin.
What up, people? Still, you know, eel's pretty delicious.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, are they bonding?
They're bonding. This is bonding
Oh,
time.
cheery.
Yanagashita blurts.
Thank you.
He clasps her hands in gratitude.
I wasn't exactly complimenting you there, boss. It's the same thing. There's a little bit of me in each and one of my products. Anagotchi and I are one and the same. Which is to say, eels and I are one and the same. Go on then. Say something nice about eels.
Alright, here's a brief Anagotchi gameplay clip. The trick is to feed your eel proper food and give it proper exercise. Another important strategy tip is to make sure to obtain the sharp chef's knife when you visit Kappabashi Kitchen Town partway through the game.
Oh my god. This is amazing. It's so derpy. I love it. Oh wow.
And we have our eel ball.
Oh wow, we just killed
Anagodon.
Oh.
Cheery chimes right in without missing a beat.
Eels are awesome. When it comes to eel sushi, 100 pieces barely whets my appetite.
You know, these
You know,
two make quite a pair.
Yes, we do. I like me some eel sushi.
Very good.
Oh, that really means a lot to me, Cheery. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't understand what any of this is about, but if it helps mend Mr. Yanagashita's wounded spirits, I guess I can't complain. I leave them to their devices and head for the storeroom. You guys can go bond over eels.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
I've had eel sushi, and I can confirm
it's very good.
It's great.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that, like,
Anyway.
you know that foreigners are going to like because a lot of them think it tastes like chicken. Like, actually tastes like chicken, not just that joke.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very, very good for anyone who is on the fence about it. They look a little gross, though, not gonna lie.
Anagotchi spin-off anime when? Ooh, 2021.
Exactly. Come on, like, where's our merch here?
Mm-hmm.
The storeroom door opens with a rough grating sound. Okay, now, where's the light switch? I fumble around in the dark, feeling for the switch box. My costume paws mute the sensations in my hands enough that even finding that is difficult. I batted the wall
Mm.
willy-nilly until eventually the lights come on. Apparently, I found the switch even if I didn't feel it. Whoa. What the heck is this?
Is it the Anagotchis?
The storeroom is practically overflowing with shoddy goods. A painting that looks like a child's scribblings. An oddly shaped hat bearing the words, "Grow 2 inches, guaranteed." A cheap looking pendant with a tag that says it's set with a miracle stone. These stones are nothing more than simple glass beads that were purchased at 5,000 yen apiece. The seller claimed normally these sell for 10,000 a pop, but if you buy 100 of them, I'll give you half off, at which the buyer declared it really is a miracle, before joyfully agreeing to the purchase. The fact that someone like Yanagashita actually exists to buy these things up is also kind of a miracle.
Yep.
It's like this is the knockoff boneyard where cheap products go to die. They break away from their pathetic herd, knowing their time has come, and end up in this graveyard of a storeroom. Gonna wax poetic
Rip.
over here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Anagotchi. Anagotchi. I quickly spy the cardboard box I'm looking for. Then I catch sight of a dark silhouette out of the corner of my eye. Ah! I yelp. Oh, look, it's a bug.
Ew.
It's one of them. Black, flat, quick, long antenna, often spotted in kitchens. Sometimes, somehow, their legs wind up in restaurant food. Ew.
Ew.
The size, the speed, the dark shape, it couldn't be anything else. It peers back at me from the shadow of the Anagotchi box, the faint light catching the luster of its carapace. It looks ready to leap out at me at any moment. I need to act fast. Am I going to challenge it to single combat, or am I going to snatch up the cardboard box and make a run for it?
I feel like if we attack a cockroach, it's definitely gonna scatter, and then we're gonna make a big ass mess because we're trying to kill it.
Not to mention, like,
So
if we
let's
kill
just
it,
grab...
it's on our paws
Right.
for the rest of the
And
day.
that's disgusting. Right, and that's hella gross. Ain't nobody got time for that. Just, you want us to kill it? Oh god.
It's up to you. Up to you. I'm gonna let you make this decision.
I would just honestly grab the box and go, because like if we accidentally break something, even though all of these are cheap knockoffs, then we're gonna be like in debt like Haruhi.
Yeah.
Like from Oran. I don't know.
All
So
right.
I don't want to be all of that.
All right, let's snatch it up and run.
No kiss fall in love for you.
I snatch up the cardboard box and make a run for it.
What should be inside the box?
Oh, I made it. When I get back to the break room, Mr. Yanagashita is still clutching Chiri's hands.
And eel's super tasty when you salt broil it too. Thank you. But tempura style is probably the best. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Yanagashita's spirits have certainly turned around. Okay, got it! I hold out the big cardboard box.
Excellent, thank you. You girls are the greatest.
Yanagashita shouts. His voice resounds with gratitude.
Hey, that's it. I just got an amazing idea. Why don't the three of us just start our own company? Oh, hell no, bitch. We here for a day. Yeah, I'll pass.
Chiri and I respond in
Hell no.
unison.
Oh, shit. Well then. Man, you two shot that one down quick.
Weird, wonder why.
Well, for today, let's just focus on selling Burning Hammer. Probably made out of dragons.
Yeah. By the way, I ask, where is the burning hammer? There wasn't any in the storeroom, and I don't see any here either.
Anagashita's host club, yes.
Yeah.
No, I would not go there. I
No.
would not. Anyway. Oh, that's right. It's out back on the loading dock. We should probably go bring it. Oh, and bring the Anagotchis with you too. The recycling guy's gonna be showing up soon. Come on, let's go.
Cheery and I follow Mr. Yanagashita out to the loading dock. But the loading dock, it turns out, is empty.
Wah.
There's no sign of the burning hammer anywhere.
Oh, damn. It's gone.
Mr. Yanagashita murmurs. Then his voice rises to a shout.
It's gone. All gone. The burning hammer, it's all gone.
Flying into a panic, he searches frantically from one end of the dock to the other, leaping into the air, even peering down into the cracks. But no matter where he looks, there's nothing for him to find.
Gone. From NSYNC plays really loudly in the background. It was right here, a little while ago, like right here, right here.
I hear the sound of an engine revving outside. Mr. Yanagashita cries out in alarm. We can see a truck starting to pull away. Its bed is piled high with cardboard boxes and other assorted trash.
Hey boss, is that? Yes, there it is.
Mr. Yanagashita begins racing after the truck.
My burning hammer.
His voice cracks as he cries out.
Give that back. Give it back.
But he's no match for a speeding truck, and the boxes of burning hammer vanish before his eyes.
Burning hammer. Come back. Come back.
Yanagashita's wailing. Yanagashita's wailing echoes from the surrounding buildings. It's like something out of a movie.
Terrible movie. Yanagashita starts up a new host club specializing in eel dishes. The only beverage served is burning hammer.
Oh god.
Yeah. Oh no, I would. That would go bankrupt real fast. What the hell? What's up with that truck? Tama, who the heck was that?
Hey, don't look at me, I reply.
No, with all those piles of stuff, it looked just like the recycling guy.
As soon as he says it, the revelation dawns on his face.
Oh, the recycling guy.
He mutters. I can see the color draining from his face. The words recycling guy give me an idea. If it was him, maybe he thought he was picking up the Anagotchis by
We have to find it. We have to find that truck.
The man is absolutely beside himself.
Jerry, Tama, you two split up and try to track it down.
Wait, why do we have to look for it? Again, Cheery and I speak in chorus.
Why do we have to look for it? If there's no sales demo, there's no money to pay you. And then all your work you done will be for nothing.
Right. When he puts it that way, I guess there isn't much of a choice. Somehow or another, we'll have to find that truck.
The cockroach stole the burning hammer. If we fought it earlier, this crisis could have been averted. Maybe. You're probably right. Man, we should have manned up. Just killed the cockroach.
Just killed the cockroach.
It can't have gotten far.
He continues.
Now go hunt for it like your life depends on it. Because it does, but mostly my life.
Cheery and I look at each other and sigh.
How do you want to do this?
She asks.
Want to search together or should we split up?
Do we want to go together or split up?
Let's go together. Like
Let's go together. And so Cherry and I head out in search of the truck.
Mostly because if something happens, you have a buddy, so you're using the buddy system.
There we go.
You know?
As we make our way
Yeah.
down Center Guy, peering in all directions, I accidentally bump right into a man who's out with his daughter. That looks like Toyama, because that's Hana right there.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me. I hop back to my feet and go to bow to the man in apology.
Ow.
He bows at the same time, and we manage to bonk our heads together. Sorry. As her dad drops to his knees, clutching his head, the girl begins to wander off.
Wow. Hana, wait.
The man lurches to his feet and rushes after the girl. She seems like an odd kid, only 10 or so, but strangely cold and distant for her age. As we make our way back down the road, Cherry's eyes light upon a cafe.
Man, I'm super hungry.
She mutters. Not now! We have to find that truck!
You just ate, girl. Yeah, I know.
I stride purposefully along, and though Cherry flashes the eatery a long, lingering look, she falls into step behind me. Guess it's a good thing we went together.
Right. She said it's a good idea to go together. If you run into the cockroach again, you have backup.
Exactly.
True.
Cherry and I wander around town for another 10 minutes or so. We don't see any sign of the truck, though. I sigh. It really is good and gone, huh? I turn to look back at Cherry. Huh? Wait, what? Cherry's gone. She must have slipped away from me at some point. I take a quick look around, but there's no sign of her. When did she split off? She was just there 2 or 3 minutes ago. It's 12:35. The sales demo starts in 25 minutes. What do I do? I don't have time to go looking for Cherry. Guess I'll have to keep searching for the truck by myself then. But I have no clues to go on, so I don't know how I'm ever going to find it. Ugh! What should I do? And we've hit a keep out.
Ooh.
All right, so we'll have to do a jump later. Apologies to anyone who's listening as I keep hitting my microphone.
No, you're doing fine.
Okay, Achikano or Osawa?
I know there was a jump on someone else.
Not yet. I don't think.
Not yet?
We'll see.
But wait, who was it that something Chiaki is gonna hit her limit or something?
That would be Kano.
Okay, let's see Chiaki and meet her, hopefully in person.
All right, let's see what Kano's doing.
Our thick boy.
Poor
Kano
lover
had been
boy.
watching. Right. He literally has no breaks. Like, this boy has been through so much, and, his in-laws don't care.
It's been like 3 hours.
It's fine. Kano had been watching syndicate members hand off the briefcase for an hour and a half. He still had no idea where this relay might be headed. The man he was tailing now was about 10 meters away, close enough that Kano could close the distance and apprehend him at a moment's notice. But his orders remained the same. Follow and observe. So, be a stalker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Watched as the case was handed off once more to a guy with some real good bling.
I know.
By now, the shock of seeing it passed off to yet another accomplice had worn off. Doesn't surprise us anymore. It just doesn't.
It's already been 90 minutes, huh?
Oh damn, how'd you get here? It was Sasayama. At some point, he'd crept up on Kano from behind. They don't seem like they're trying to get away at all. Kano said, they're just walking. What could they be up to? Oh wait, that's right?
That's you.
Sasayama, oh yeah, Sasayama shrugged.
Yeah, it's weird.
Kano recalled Dick Dictum number 89.
Sorry.
Detective Diary. All of the dicks. Dick Dictum number 89. The more irrelevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be. If Tatano's wisdom held true, the Syndicate must have some reason for what it was doing. Were they just trying to throw off the investigators off their scent? Probably. No, that couldn't be it. They were wandering in circles, staying right in the same area. They were just running up the clock. What if that's exactly what they were after? Buying time. Kano felt sudden conviction that he was on the right track. If they needed more time to make sure that they got their hands on the ransom payment... Wait. Hold on. Could it be that...
Okay. Has the case already been switched out, or is the ransom money not in the case anymore? I feel like A has to be it, because if the ransom money isn't in the case anymore, how did they get it out of the case? Like, we've had our eyes on it the entire time.
Yeah. It's probably the real case has been switched out somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know how they did it, but...
I mean, well, if you think about it, as people pass by each other, we haven't been able to keep our eyes on the case the entire time.
True.
So,
What if it was already switched while we were looking at that sexy man on the train?
I know, like, that could have been the moment.
Right. It was the sexy man on the train. This whole time.
Look, he was distracting.
Right. What if the money is just a check and they pulled it out of the case? That's one way. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's one way.
It's a possibility, yeah.
About that. Could it be that the real case had already been switched out? It made a certain amount of sense. By handing the case off to one accomplice after another, they were leading the detectives to pay more attention to the individuals than the case itself. That could enable them to solve the case while all the focus was elsewhere. Damn it, we've been bamboozled.
I know.
Kano shared his hunch with Sasayama.
I see. I mean, it is a possibility.
Yeah, we might be following the wrong case. There's a palpable tension in the air now.
Kano?
Sasayama said.
You gotta report into Kuze.
On it. Why can't you? And your weeb shirt. Anyway, Kano's hand flashed to his wireless, but Kuze was dismissive.
No, that's the case, I assure you. I don't know why Kuze has suddenly turned into Obama, but you know what? He's Obama now. This is
Thanks,
my best
Obama.
impression. It's fine.
No offense, sir, but how can you be sure you're not Obama? Kuze sighed.
Because that's my job. There's an ID tag in that case that allows us to keep tabs on it. There's no way these crooks could have whipped up a duplicate.
ID tag? What ID tag? Wait, no. That's right. Kono had forgotten all about that detail in the wake of his all-nighter. Alright.
Don't you right me. Clearly, you weren't hired for your brains. Focus on what you're good at.
Being pretty. Kuze ended the call. Still, Kano couldn't shake his conviction that something was off. Man with the briefcase made his way back to Shibuya Station.
The heck?
Sasayama grumbled.
He's right back where we started.
We've been bamboozled! Kano felt his frustration growing. It honestly looked like the Syndicate was just randomly lugging this case around. Near Shibuya Station, a girl approached the suspect.
Oh, hey! Look! It's Chiaki!
Oh shit!
I think this might be where she
no.
gives up.
Oh no, this girl. Oh, why did you target this bitch of all bitches? Oh, she was Japanese and entirely unlikely, unlike any of the other criminal accomplices. She spoke to the man while showing him something on a notepad. He glanced at the pad but did not slow down.
Bitch, be nice to her.
Yeah, she's like
She's trying.
hella anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's trying
Within
so
moments, he had left her behind. It looked like she'd just passed him a message.
hard. Well, that's sure fishy.
Sasayama muttered. Oh, poor girl. What? The girl?
Yeah.
Asked Kano.
Yeah. Wanna go hit her up?
I'm taken, but it's okay. Sasayama could only mean one thing. Questioning her.
Alright, do we want to question her or do we just want to leave her alone? Remember, something
God.
that we do here could cause her to quit.
Right. Let's go see if she's okay.
Alright.
I think...
You've made your choice.
yeah, let's go see what she knows. Let her join the investigation or she'll have a story to bring to the
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think we're
Yeah,
going to
let's
give
go.
her any details.
Oh yeah. For sure, we're not. Especially a gossip magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go see what she knows. Sasayama and Kano hurried over to the girl. What up, girl? Hey. What do you millennials or Gen Z say? I don't know. Excuse me, miss. We'd like to ask you a few.
Are you happy with your life?
The young woman shouted. She thrust her notepad in Kano's face.
Tell me this. Are you happy with your life right now?
Oh no, it's one of those. Uh-huh. Looking at the notepad, Kano saw the same question written on big bold letters. The girl's eyes widened in surprise, as if she hadn't expected two men to actually stop and listen. Right now,
Sir,
she continued more quietly.
are you happy? If so, could you please take this survey about, about your life? Are you happy with it?
The more she spoke, the more flustered she became. Sasayama stepped in.
Hey, I just need to know. Did you speak with that Western fellow just now? Huh? No, that isn't what I'm asking. Sir, are you happy with your life right now? Are you happy with your life right now?
Wow. Kano got a sinking feeling in his stomach. This kid was looking for religious converts or something.
You did speak with him, didn't you?
Sasayama snapped.
What did you tell him?
The girl's rambling abruptly ceased. Her already ruddy face was even redder, and tears swelled up in her eyes.
Poor Chiaki. She's trying so hard.
Girl. Poor kid, Kano thought. She's just out here trying to get people to listen to her survey questions. I feel so bad for her, honestly. There's no way that she's part of this kidnapping plot. Look, miss, he said. For the time being, it would be a good idea for you to leave the area. Afraid I'm not at liberty to explain. The girl's only response was to start sobbing outright.
I can't do this anymore. I want to go home.
Wow. Kano and Sasayama exchanged awkward glances.
I want to go home. I want to go home.
Well, we're police, so, passerbys began shooting curious looks at the trio.
Kano, you get back to work.
Sasayama said.
I'll escort this girl to the train station.
He didn't quite manage to stifle the embarrassment in his voice. Right, Kano said. He hurried away, his eyes already searching for the suspect they'd been tailing.
Yeah, something tells me that was probably not the best thing to do with her.
Damn.
I think we're going to redo that real quick.
Okay.
Unless you think that's somehow going to shake out that she's ready to keep going.
True. True. What, the girl? Asked Kano.
Yeah, want to go hit her up?
Nah, she's underage. Sasayama could only mean one thing, questioning her.
Alright, let's do the other thing this time.
Yeah. She can't be involved with this case, can she? Sasayama flashed him a skeptical look.
Don't let your preconceptions get the better of you. Could get you killed. Preconceptions are fixed notions one has about something before the facts are known. It can be a hindrance to thinking freely. If you think about it too hard, you might fall victim to the preconception that preconceptions themselves are always bad.
Kano, my gut tells me that whatever I say to her now could mean the difference between a man killing himself or surviving.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We've already killed him once, remember?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I know that, but still, she doesn't come across as involved to me. Kano knew better than to judge people based on appearance, but he was still convinced the girl wasn't part of this gang. She don't got the muscles. She just struck him as far too, well, inept, really.
Oh, be nice. Alright. I'll go check into the girl.
Sasayama said.
You keep following the briefcase.
Kano nodded and hurried after the man. The man's black garb made him stand out in the crowd at the intersection. Also his weird sunglasses. It occurred to Kano that all the criminals who'd handled the briefcase had been wearing the same black clothing. So somebody here has to change, or else.
I know.
The fact that made the whole situation even weirder. It's a cult!
Yeah.
Could they really be ignorant that they were being followed while they were all wearing the same eye-catching outfit? It was more like they were going out of their way to make sure the investigators spotted them. That still didn't provide any clues as to what they were after, though. The longer Kano kept tailing these guys, the less it made sense. Is it really such a good idea to keep this up? Someone's life was in danger, and they were just letting the kidnappers carry off their plan, whatever it was. The very first page of the Dick Diary spelled things out loud and clear on that front.
Alright, Dictum number 1!
Numero uno! Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect. Ever! If the men in black aliens are involved. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Right now, the single most important thing was ensuring the hostages' safety. Hopefully none of them were Will Smith.
Yeah.
So, this was a situation where Tatano could have stuck to his guns for sure. Kind of thought back to the day 3 years ago.
We're gonna finally get the story about him dousing himself in lighter fluid and walking into a fire.
Oh, that seems nice.
Yeah.
A burglar had shut himself inside a financial office and doused the place in gasoline. Kano had just been put on the police box duty and was ordered to the scene because of his box that was just down the street from the standoff.
Nobody's assigned a detective post right after graduating from the police academy. Detective positions can be quite hard to come by. Candidates are selected for detective training only after accumulating enough experience working at the local police box, a very small type of neighborhood station manned by only a handful of officers.
Hot diggity damn. Several officers had surrounded the building, keeping close tabs on the situation. The suspect was shouting nonsense through the entrance of the first door. Things were getting heated. A crowd of alarmed onlookers had started to form as well.
Step aside.
A voice suddenly said from amidst the throng. A middle-aged man in a rumpled business suit had approached Kano as he hovered nervously at the edge of the scene. "I'm sorry, sir," Kano said. "You have to stay back for your own safety." He attempted to usher the man back into the crowd. A no-nonsense look across the newcomer's face. He spoke in a low voice.
"I'm Detective Tatano from the Shibuya precinct. What's the situation?"
Oh, sir, I'm sorry. Yes, of course. Kano stammered, then quickly explained. He hasn't taken any hostage, but there were still people on the upper floors of the building. Look at that. Oh wow, that silhouette. Given only a slight nod, Tatano marched straight up to the building. The plastic container of gasoline the suspect had used was on the ground out front. Tatano picked it up and dumped the remaining contents out over his head. Kano was at a loss for words. He could not believe what he was seeing.
"I've covered myself in gasoline too!"
Tatano called out from the entryway. The tension in the air ratcheted itself up several notches.
Hey!
What the hell?
What the hell do you think you're doing? I don't know why the burglar sounds like Elmo. It's fine.
Elmo is stealing things. Hey!
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Kano heard the burglar shouting from the inside.
"If you're gonna do it, do it!"
Tatano called out.
"We can die together."
Then he walked into the building. Like a champ.
The man has some balls.
All Kano could do was watch things unfold through the plate glass window. Tatano was talking to the burglar, but Kano couldn't make out the words. They were in Elmo speak, probably.
It's fine.
The crook was clutching a lighter. His hand was trembling.
I don't know how you would read Elmo's lips, so, you know.
Yeah. Same. His expression was like that of a frightened child. Or monster.
Yeah.
Elmo said a naughty word during his arson attempt.
Elmo's sorry.
Right. Tatano slowly approached him and took firm hold of his shaking hand. The onlookers erupted into cheers and applause. "We saved Sesame Street!"
Woo!
Tatano handed the now docile suspect over to the detectives then wearily sat down against the planter out front. It was like something ripped straight out of a police drama. That was amazing, Kano breathed.
You have to deal with guys like that.
Please notice me.
Yeah, you have to deal with guys like that as quickly as you can. You let a situation like this get even a little out of hand, and you never know how things might go south on you.
428 Sesame Scramble. I'd play. I'd play. Tatsuno spoke quietly, almost as if he were talking to himself. As the police evacuated the rest of the building, Kano noticed there were children and elderly people along them.
I'd like to
Among
point
them.
out, like, I just realized Kano is rocking this mullet.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Like, look
at
at-
that mullet.
That is a mullet
Holy
right
shit.
there.
This boy.
He is
God, I
all
wish that
business
was-
in the front, party in the back.
Mm-hmm. I'm so proud of him. Damn.
I know.
If the perp had managed to set the fire, there was no way they could have escaped in time. But, I mean, what if he'd actually set the place on fire? Oh my god, it would be that one. Oh, it would be that one.
The
gift of
Elmo.
with the fire. Oh, God. It's canon. Help! Help! I saw it on my. Oh no. That's so bad.
Guys, we have created a meme right now.
You're welcome. It's canon now. It's okay.
If someone's willing to risk their life, you're not going to convince them of anything unless you do the same.
Kano still remember the awe he'd felt at Tatsuno's matter-of-fact tone. Kano hadn't become a police officer out of any real sense of duty.
Yeah, we know you became a police officer so you could smash.
Right, so he can get some booty.
Mhm.
Anyway, he just thought it would make Rumi happy if he became a detective like her father. Oh yeah, totally. Besides, civil servants tended to stay afloat in times of recession. And this time playing rugby meant he was in good physical shape for the job. And for the bay.
Exactly.
He never really thought too much about protecting the citizenry or keeping the peace or whatever nerds do.
I know.
But now, here he was in the presence of a detective who'd literally risked his life in the line of duty without a second thought.
A police officer never loses sight of what he's supposed to protect. Ever.
Getting back to his feet, Tatsuno tugged off his gasoline-drenched coat and walked away.
And here we
Like a
go.
legend.
The Dick Diary.
Oh my god. Kano wrote the words in the notebook he'd just purchased. Like a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Thus the Dick Diary was born. Wow.
He's
Yeah,
such a nerd.
Yep. It still rocks the mullet though.
Yeah, you know.
Thinking back to the way Tatsuno had put his life on the line to rescue a bunch of strangers made Kano feel all the more raw about just tailing these syndicate members. Letting the crooks just wander around wasn't gonna bring Maria Osawa to safety. Of that, Kano was now certain.
Shoot, it's bleeding pretty bad.
He heard someone say behind him. And that's when I get very concerned. Turn saw two young men
Well,
carrying another along. Oh,
Wrong voice again, but you know, whatever.
Right.
He's just very worried about his
There-
bro.
Right. There was a towel wrapped tightly around the third's head. Hey, what happened? Kano asked.
Shut your mouth.
Kano blanked. Oh, damn.
Can the attitude. He's trying to help.
And then her voice cut in. It was Hasayama. What a champ.
I
He
know.
had finished dealing with the girl by the station then. That fast? Damn. It's Chiaki we're talking about.
Yeah.
What happened to your friend?
Out of my way, man. I ain't afraid to kick your ass.
You will once you find out they're police officers. Look, cut the crap and let me take a quick look. Sasayama unwrapped the towel from around the young man's head.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nasty.
damn. Ooh, the young guy was a little more than a kid. His head was soaked red with blood. He appeared to be unconscious.
All right, are we going to call juvenile affairs to not have to deal with it ourselves, but get it? Or are we going to take him to a hospital?
Let's call juvenile affairs, because if we lose this suitcase, then I feel like something hella bad's gonna happen.
All right.
And I mean, Sasayama's right here. He already took care of Chiaki. I'm pretty sure he could take care of this guy. They couldn't just leave him like this, but they were in the middle of a job. They should probably call juvenile affairs.
Juvenile affairs is part of the communal safety section, which handles crimes pertaining to public decency, finances, pollution, and so on. Juvenile affairs deals with misconduct and criminal activity involving minors. Since many SOS members are underage, the Shibuya Precinct's Juvenile Affairs Division has been ramping up its efforts to deal with the gang. Although one detective in particular has been using this as an excuse to go on patrol at arcades, ignoring his duties in order to fuel his video game addiction.
Wow. I wonder who that is. They couldn't just leave him like this, but they... Wow. Okay, sorry. Juvenile affairs. Kano took out his cell phone so he could call the precinct. But Sasayama stopped him, then showed the two youngsters his badge.
Oh crap, you a cop?
Oh wow, that's creepy. Sasayama nodded.
Who you kids with? The Bamfs? SOS? The Bamfs is Shibuya's number 2 gang. Its leader, Sohei Ikari, has gathered up some big mean dudes in an attempt to make Shibuya his turf. The gang's leadership is inferior to that of SOS, but on an individual level, its members tend to be stronger in a fight. Word is that the rise of the Bamfs is one of the reasons SOS has been growing more combative lately. SOS?
Admitted one of the young men after some hesitation.
Who attacked you? Yo, it ain't like that. What was it like then? Infighting?
The young man was silent. Sasayama must have been right on the mark. In the course of the police duties, Kano picked up a fair amount of street gossip from the young people in Shibuya. Lately, the scuttlebutt about the legendary SOS gang was that they were dealing with some internal strife.
Look, don't worry about it. I get it. There's a hospital just down that way. Hurry up and get him there.
The young man batted off Sasayama's offered hand and quickly hauled his friend away. Sounds like SOS is on the verge of breaking up with all this infighting, huh? Kano asked. He kept his eyes on the young man as they headed off.
Yeah, it seems like it's been pretty rough. You know, what with the original leader leaving and all.
Detectives in juvenile affairs were well acquainted with SOS's original leader.
That would be Achiendo. Initially, SOS was nothing more than a small group of like-minded young people who hung out together, but as its membership grew, the general public began referring to the group as a gang. Word has it that back when Achi was in charge, gang members never started any conflicts themselves, but simply responded in kind when others brought fights their way.
I
Because
was gonna
Achi
ask
is a
if the
good
bleeding
boy.
man was just... Yeah. It's like, I was gonna ask if the bleeding man was just Sasayama in a really tasteless cosplay. No! Yeah, today we're gonna cosplay Dead Guy. Cool.
Only mostly
The
dead,
stories...
it's fine.
Yeah, mostly Dead Guy. The stories were like something out of some after-school special. There were tales of them taking down gangs who sold drugs to kids, or breaking into Yakuza's front offices to save their friends. Detectives with juvenile affairs took these stories with a grain of salt, but if there really were young people like that out there, Kano hoped to meet them someday.
Well,
Okay.
You did meet Achi. Because remember, you guys
You
had
will.
a pissing match in a bad end.
Yeah. The detective had to hurry to catch up with the man that they were tailing, who was still strolling along, seemingly in no particular hurry. It kept him in sight as he crossed another pedestrian overpass and circled back around.
Still following the same MO, huh?
Sasayama grumbled. Guess so, Kano said. How'd things go with this girl? He was careful not to take his eyes off the mark as they talked.
You were right. She's not part of this. Just one of those street evangelists or something.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she kept asking me, but are you really happy with your life? Wake me out. I bailed out of there quick. Chiaki, what the fuck are you interviewing?
You could have just said, hey guys, who's your favorite top charts artist right now? I need to know for a survey. So just give them a name. Anyway. So Sasayama, I'm thinking the briefcase is going to get handed off again any moment now.
Huh?
Sasayama appeared at the mark, who was scanning the plaza he'd just entered, apparently looking for someone. I take one side and you take the other, Kano suggested. Sasayama's eyes went wide.
Say what now?
That way, we apprehend both perps involved with the handoff. Sasayama didn't reply. Look, HQ isn't thinking about the hostage's safety, Kano said, but that needs to take priority here. Sasayama's face took on a rare solemnity. Disobeying direct orders is
disobeying a
not
direct order is not something to do lightly.
Oh, okay. Woof.
A detective's behavior is governed by the Local Public Service Act. Article 32 states that a detective is to faithfully follow the orders of his superior in the course of his duties. Violating this is punishable by a warning, reduction in pay, suspension from duty, or dismissal. In the event of a warning, not only is the individual expected to submit a formal letter of apology, but pay raises may be delayed or performance bonuses cut.
Big oof. Then, after a moment, he added,
But I'm on board. I'm sick of all this wandering around anyway.
That's the Sasayama I know, Kano replied with a chuckle. Let's get in trouble together.
Look, besties do shit like this together. It's fine.
Right. It's like, I would die for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, cool.
We have a bromance going on.
Yes. Sasayama gave him a silent thumbs up. Oh yeah. The two detectives took up position on opposite sides of the plaza. Kano called up Sasayama on his cell phone. He used to call me on my cell phone. You ready? He asked.
Just give the word.
Word. There were only 2 non-Japanese people in the area, in the nearby crowd, but both were eyeing their surroundings anxiously. Kano was certain the handoff was about to take place. And then... Well, if it isn't Mr. Toyama! Kano's ears perked up at the sound of an aggressive greeting, the voice dripping with a feigned cheer. Oh damn. He whirled around to see 2 rough-looking young men confronting a father and his daughter. The older man looked pained.
Please, just hold on.
He said placatingly.
I thought we agreed on 4 o'clock?
The young man snarled.
Don't you try and play dumb with us, buddy. It's nothing like that, I swear. My girl was just hungry, so I just stepped out to... Yeah? How come you didn't order delivery, huh? Yeah, right. I suppose that would work too. Don't you me, man.
Kano watched the argument uneasily. The stranger's altercation put him in a bit of a spot. The crook he was tailing probably wouldn't risk handing off the case with an uproar like this going on.
What's going on over there?
Sasame asked. I'm not sure, Kano replied. Looks like some kind of argument.
The suspects are gonna get wary on us. It's gonna screw up the whole handoff.
Yeah, I know.
So do something about it and get over here.
Sasame said. What?
Find some way to shut them up and then get over here.
Oh, sure. Alright. Who wants money?
Yeah.
No. Kano headed toward the argument. He was only halfway there when Sasayama called again. He sounded panicked.
Hey, Kano!
Oh shit.
He made a run for it.
Oh shit! Huh? Oh crap! The man they've been tailing had vanished in a brief time. Kano had taken his eyes off him. Run! Wait up! Kano shouted. Sasayama was racing after the suspect and Kano rushed to join him. The man was surprisingly quick, however, and neither the detectives managed to catch up. In fact, they lost sight of him amidst the teeming crowds. Damn. Frantically, they dashed through the streets as fast as they and as hard as they could.
We lost
This
him.
is why you wear boxers, like basketball shorts, and a t-shirt, so you don't have these fancy ass outfits. Anyway,
We lost him.
Sasayama admitted at last.
Damn it!
What? Anyway, he stamped his foot in the asphalt in disgust. Director Kuze, Kano gasped over the wireless. I'm sorry, but we lost the man with the briefcase. There was a heavy sigh on the other end of the line. Kano braced himself. He wasn't going to be able to weasel out of this one, just... I'll do better next time.
Sasayama, Kano, get your asses back to the precinct. Kuze out.
Yes, Dad. With that, Kuze switched off the line.
Well, that went well.
Back to the precinct. Kano knew full well what he meant. They were off the case. There was a gnawing in his gut. If those two punks hadn't shown up, no, if that father and his daughter hadn't turned up, he might have been able to apprehend the suspect.
Wow, just like blame it on someone else. It's fine.
Yeah, great. Thanks, guys.
Don't let it get you down.
Sasayama said.
I mean, paper pushing can be kind of fun.
Wow. Thanks. The look on his face, however, suggested he didn't think it was fun at all. Not one bit. Wow. With the air of two men heading to an execution, Kano and Sasayama trudged back towards the Shibuya precinct.
Alright, we have now hit ourselves a bad end. Number 18, back to the precinct. Kano was taken off the case because he lost track of the suspect, thanks to a random altercation nearby. And his glum conclusion was correct. If that father-daughter duo hadn't shown up, this wouldn't have happened. A certain someone needs to give those two some better advice, and a certain other someone needs to meet up with them outside of his or her house. Both of those are key to changing poor Kano's fate.
Okay.
Alright. Well, let's see. We've got Achi, we've got Osawa. Gotta wait before I can see my time thing. Okay. Minorikawa's fate has now changed. Yep, so Achi, Osawa, or finish up Minorikawa.
Oh,
And by
since we're
finished, I don't know, like, what we mean. I don't know how much further we have for him.
Right. Let's do Achi. Let's go for Achi.
Let's see how he and Hitomi are doing.
I'm worried about my kids.
I know, now that we've lost the blue van. Achi and Hitomi scampered through the back roads along Center Guy, white sneakers and pumps slapping on the pavement. She, like, deserves some number one better shoes, but, like, a round of applause for running in those for so long.
Oh yeah.
Achi kept his eyes peeled, continually checking ahead and behind as they darted through the gaps between the buildings. But also, why would, if you know that you're going to be dropping now off, like a ransom or something, why would you not wear something better?
Yeah.
Finally, they stopped in a narrow alley. "There's no way he'll find us here," he said. "No one knows about this place." He took another look around, then let out a sigh of relief. It seemed they'd managed to shake the gunman for now. Back when Achi was with SOS, he had come through Center Guy practically every day. SOS, the abbreviation for Studs of Shibuya, the name given to the group by Achi when he founded it. Originally just a bunch of like-minded young people hanging out together, it has since become known as a gang that picks fights around Shibuya. The gang had started out as little more than a group of local teens. They didn't do much in particular, just horsing around and killing time. What mattered was that they were having fun. But it wasn't long before it wasn't all fun and games. Achi couldn't help but notice the slobs who were making a mess of Shibuya, dirtying it all up. He wasn't about to let them get away with it. Most frequently, it was folks who tossed cigarette butts out on the streets or plastered walls and graffiti. When they didn't respond to his more gentle warnings, he found slightly more forceful ways of getting his point across. SOS got a reputation. Street punks started trying to pick fights with its members. Those guys required a bit more force to handle. And when it came down to the worst of the lot, the drug dealers, the muggers, the guys who tried to force themselves on women, it was a full-on battle, no holds barred. Before long, SOS had established itself as something of a vigilante corps. Soon it became known as one of the biggest gangs in Shibuya.
Hot damn.
"Let's lay low here for a bit and see what happens," Achi said. The alley where they hid was like a dimly lit chasm, obscuring them from view. The only problem now was figuring out what to do next. They needed to find that blue van again, which meant figuring out the best way to get back to Dogonzaka without the man in the cane catching them once more.
Achi,
Hitomi whispered.
I think I can handle myself from here.
She got to her feet and gave Achi a deep bow. "Whoa!" Achi held up a hand. "We've been over this already. You're not gonna be okay. That guy has a gun. If he let her go up against that assassin alone, he might as well be the one to pull the trigger himself."
Thank you so much for everything you've done for me.
Hitomi continued as if she didn't hear him. She started to shuffle out of the alleyway. "Hey, what did I just say?"
Really, Achi, I appreciate your concern, but I can't in good conscience pull you in danger anymore.
"But, I mean..." Achi tried to press the point, but Hitomi cut him off.
There's no good reason for you to risk yourself to keep helping me.
Her tone was resolute. "Okay, are we going to refuse to back down, or are we just gonna let her go?"
Oh, hell no. She ain't gonna go. No. No.
Still,
She's
Achi was determined to help her anyway. He refused to back down. "Look, I want to help people who are in trouble. What's so wrong about that?"
Huh?
He locked eyes with Hitomi, willing her to understand. "I'm not the most dependable guy, I know that. But still, Hitomi dropped her gaze and Achi trailed off, feeling like an idiot. "Oh, it's no use. I'm no use." He hung his head with a sigh. Just then, a bit of light shone into the alleyway from above. It looked like someone on the adjacent building's upper floor had turned on the lights. I don't know who... I'm going to see who that is. It's Tama at 12:05. I don't know what the jump is there.
Yeah, what's happening? Oh, when she turned on the
Oh yeah,
light
it's the
in
cockroach, but why do we need a
Uh,
jump there?
Yeah, why's the
Do we want to
cockroach
try
so
to take
important?
it and we can see what
Sure.
happens?
Sure, what the hell's happening? So the roach is relevant?
I don't know. Storm room opens with a grating sound. Okay, where's the light switch? Do. None of this is different. Whoa, what the heck is this? Storeroom's practically overflowing. Miracle Stone. Knockoff. Okay, I don't think... We've never had to go this far for that. So I don't know why there's a jump other than showing us who it is.
Okay. Boss fight time.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, it looked like someone on the adjacent building's upper floor had turned on the lights. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Go back. Wrong building. This is the Nokone building. This multi-tenant building has 7 floors, but a decade-old urban legend tells of a mysterious 13th floor. Apparently 5 floors above the highest one. A diet aid sales demo is being held on one of the upper floors today. The light illuminated Hitomi's face. When Achi saw the look in her eyes, he reconsidered his decision. She was trying her hardest to hide it, but she was clearly terrified. No way was he letting her go back out there alone. Still, if he tried to insist, she would only refuse him again. Hitomi? Humor me for a second here. Tell me, what's the proper way to dispose of a plastic bottle? She stared at him in surprise.
Well, first you remove the cap and then the wrapper. Then you rinse out the inside and crush it?
Achi let out the breath he'd been holding. Okay, good.
Huh? I don't understand. What's good?
You gave me my reason why I have to help you out. I super respect people who respect the environment. I'm one of those, whatchamacallit, an environmentalist. Achi pointed at his mean clean t-shirt. As we do this nice little double kabedon here.
That's so beautiful.
Achi hesitated.
So romantic.
I know. He told me hesitated.
She could slip out, but you know.
She could. He wouldn't stop
And-
her, so, you know.
True.
And what was your plan if I said the answer was toss the plastic in the trash?
Well, then I'd need to stick with you to help teach you. Environmental awareness begins with good education.
Wow, this is so romantic.
I love this
So
kid.
then, you were going to tag along with me regardless?
Look, I'm just super pumped to learn that you care so much about proper recycling. Achi cracked a huge grin.
Wow.
They're so cute.
Okay then.
Okay?
Okay. If you're really that sure about it, I guess I could use your help a little while longer.
They're so cute. I just
I
can't.
ship it.
He told me, flashed him a little smile. Man, she's so cute, Achi thought. This is the pairing of this game.
Yep.
They're so cute.
OTP right there.
OTP. Sneaking out from
Yes.
the alley, Achi and Hitomi began to make their way along the side streets back toward Dokenzaka. It was a pretty big detour compared to the main thoroughfares, but that would be worth it if it meant they avoided the man with the cane. Achi looked over at Hitomi as she walked beside him. Her face was solemn. He could feel the intensity of her worry for her sister.
Oh, well, look who's got himself a little cutie.
The sudden call startled him. He spun around.
Yo, Mr. Clean over here.
Achi spotted a young man up ahead, sneering at him. At his side were two others. Achi recognized the lot. SOS. Hitomi let out a nervous squeak.
Achi?
Don't worry about them. He led her onward, attempting to stride right past the trio.
Whoa, hey now. You're a no, you just ignore me. What, that's pretty damn rude. Especially coming from someone who used to be an old buddy.
The three toughs moved to bar Achi's path.
Oh, she hella fine. Come on, ain't you gonna introduce us?
Hella fine, extremely attractive. The etymology of hella is somewhat unclear, but its meaning is undisputed. Very, a lot of, totally, and the like. Potential synonyms for hella fine include mighty fine, fine as hell, and bangin'.
God damn it.
Sorry, man.
Wow, I appreciate that.
Sorry, man, Achi said. I'm in a bit of a hurry here. He gave them a tepid smile.
A big hurry, huh? Where to? Some love hotel in Maruyamacho, cho. Too rich!
Another chimed in.
She's a screamer, Achi. Achi.
Take a stereotypical way to poke fun at a would-be amorous couple. Now take Achi's name. There you go. They burst out howling like a gang of monkeys. One of them cackled like a grinning idiot.
Wow. Also groovy and shagadelic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Achi, ooh! Achi!
Achi felt his anger boil. Alright, are these guys in sore need of a major ass kicking, or is there just too much at stake? Are we just gonna suck it up and ignore them? I mean, both can be true.
Yeah, they do need an ass kicking, but I feel like we lost a lot of time because we like ran into these guys with the blood. I recognize them. Like,
Yeah.
So let's not waste time and make Kano's life a living hell.
Alright, let's do it. But there was too much at stake. He was just gonna have to suck it up and ignore them for the time being. Gritting his teeth, he tried to slip past them, but the largest of the three grabbed him by the collar.
Oh shit. You ran out, man. Susumu's the one who runs this town now. You got no right to keep acting like you're the boss of us.
He shoved Achi up against the wall. Says who? Achi said. Susumu?
Yeah, say what now?
Did Susumu say I've got no right to act like the boss?
Bitch, please. Susumu ain't got time to worry about your sorry ass.
Huh. Is that so? Achi's fist flashed out, catching the man clean on the jaw. He dropped to the ground with a dull thud. So, tell Susumu this. Everyone in Shibuya needs to just play nice and have fun. Achi kept his tone light and jovial, but he eyed the other two toughs like a hawk eyeing its prey.
Is he gonna be alright?
Hitomi murmured. She looked at the man Achi had laid out with some concern. He'll be fine. If that's all it took to knock him out, he's got no right to act all badass.
Wow, that was hot, Achi. I mean,
Achi, huh? I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
A taller man with an angry gleam in his eyes had appeared atop the steps nearby. He must have turned up during the commotion. He radiated a distinct aura of menace. That's me, Achi replied, and just who were you? For once, it was someone he didn't recognize.
Looks like a visual K enthusiast. Name's Yoji Kiryu. I joined up with SOS after you left. Now I'm Susumu's number 2 guy.
Yoji Kiryu used to roll with a gang from Ikebukuro until a few months ago. Known as the Killer Whale of Bukuro, he answered any and all resistance with his fists. His crazy antics led him to being kicked out of the gang, however, and lately he's been hanging around Shibuya.
How's he not in jail?
The newcomer stared at Achi's face, sizing him up.
Our legendary founder. I've heard so much about you.
The founder. It had been a long time since anyone had called him that. There'd been a bunch of arguing over who would take charge of the new group that was forming to set things straight in Shibuya. At some point, folks had started hailing him as the force behind SOS. But founder? That was just something his buddies called him. He'd never paid it much heed. Shibuya was a place for fun, not hierarchies. At least in Achi's mind, that's how it ought to be.
Like how you busted up some mean old drug dealers, rescued your pals from Yakuza bondage. You're a real hero.
Here, bondage is used strictly in the sense of captivity. Any other types of Yakuza bondage will not be featured in this game. Sorry if the tip link here got your hopes up.
Wow, they're calling you out.
They're
calling the player out.
Get your mind out of the gutter, guys.
Guys, no, bad.
Kiryu's tongue flicked from his mouth like a snake's. He told me shuddered. Achi couldn't blame her for being creeped out.
But that's all in the past now, isn't it?
Kiryu continued.
You went modestly on your way. It's up to us now, and we've helped SOS grow by leaps and bounds to help carry on your legacy, no matter who stands in our way.
That thought didn't sit right with Achi. If aggressive expansion was the name of the gang was losing touch with its roots. It wasn't about keeping Shibuya safe and fun anymore. Make SOS bigger, huh? He said. I'm guessing that was Susumu's call as well? Kiryu didn't answer his question. His mouth merely twisted into a knowing sneer.
Like the Grinch.
In any event, I don't know who that is. I think that must be you, because I don't know what the guillotine is.
Right. In any event, I think these boys here need a little lesson in manners. The guillotine ought to do the trick.
A guillotine is a capital punishment device invented in 18th century France. The condemned is executed by decapitation, by means of a heavy blade that descends from above, named for physician Joseph Ignace Guillotine, who advocated its use to the National Assembly. Both King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette were executed by guillotine. The other gang members started an alarm.
Whoa, hey, just calm down, man. Please, anything but the guillotine.
Kiryu pointedly ignored their pleas. Whoa, hey, what's the guillotine? Achi asked. Kiryu smirked.
The guillotine is the guillotine.
Well, thanks, man.
Wow. With me worms, without
a glance back, Kiryu strolled away. His two underlings followed him unhappily. Achi wondered what lay in store for them, but right now he had more important things to worry about. Come on, let's go. He took Hitomi by the hand and they were back on their way. Hopefully they don't lose their heads later.
I don't know if they're gonna lose their heads. I'm thinking something else, but I'm not gonna say. Eunuchs. Anyway. Oh!
Hitomi perked up.
That's me.
She reached into her pocket and took out her cell phone. Huh?
Imagine if he started giving a history lesson on guillotines instead of making threats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She stared at the screen with consternation. What is it? Achi asked.
It's an email from Mr. Tanaka.
Who's Mr. Tanaka?
He works with my father. I'm not sure what I should do.
Achi remembered that the criminal had warned her against contacting her family or the police. She seemed reluctant to even open this message. I'm sure it's fine to just read an email, he said. And besides, he's not the police and he's not your family. Feel like this is a little bit of a loophole that I'm not entirely sure the kidnappers are going to care about, but you know.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
He told me scan the message anxiously. He is looking at her like she is the only thing that exists in the world.
Right. Get you a man that looks at Hitomi
like
the
that.
way Achi looks at
Like,
Hitomi. Oh.
You just need someone in your life that looks like that.
It sounds like he's worried about me.
She said.
Wait.
Yeah, you're good. I couldn't remember whether I'd read the top line. Then
Right.
Does he know about the kidnapping?
Yeah, yes, I know that my father trusts him, and he's always been so...
Hitomi cut herself short. Still, it was clear to Achi that she and this Tanaka person had some sort of close relationship.
I wonder if it's safe for me to let him know what the situation is.
I think it should be, Achi told her. I mean, the kidnappers aren't going to know you sent an email, right? Hitomi began typing out a response. Achi watched over her, wild speculations running through his mind. There was no way a mild-mannered young lady like her could be dating one of her father's co-workers, was there? That looks like an Osawa jump, and we have not done Osawa yet, so it's not going to let us jump.
Right.
Unless she was all about finding herself a sugar daddy?
Oh, shit.
Nah, he was being ridiculous. Achi banished the thought from his mind. Besides, Hitomi's personal life wasn't the problem right now. The problem was that psycho with the cane and the gun.
Achi's thinking of starting a new life with her. Something in his gut is warning him that his dad might remarry, and he doesn't want to be part of that. Oof. Yeah.
Is something wrong?
Hitomi asked. She'd finished sending her email. Oh, no, nothing. Nothing at all. Achi did his best to look nonchalant. It was a good thing she couldn't read his mind.
Or can't she?
Look, he just wants a girlfriend.
Right.
They're vibing.
He cabadon.
Yeah.
Double cabadon.
They exited Center Gai and resumed their approach toward Dogonzaka by way of Maruyama-cho, another long detour to decrease their odds of running into the gunmen. There are many hotels in Maruyama-cho. These are not ordinary establishments, but rather the sort of hotel where two people who are so inclined might, redacted, but you know what? We're on stream, we can say fuck.
Yeah.
A couple heading to this kind of place in the early afternoon would, without a doubt, be assumed to be bent on fucking. You might be wondering whether an option for these two to get up to mischief will appear as a selection prompt. Well, don't get your hopes up. This isn't that kind of game.
Damn. Anyway.
They made an unlikely pair. Scruffy Achi, limbs lackadaisically swinging to hide his embarrassment, and brisk, purposeful Hitomi. Achi found himself watching her out of the corner of his eye. He could still feel her anxiety. He wished there was some way he could ease her fears. Hey, Hitomi, mind if I ask you something?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I realize this might be kind of a weird question, but you put on a serious face.
Do you have a sugar daddy? No.
What does the eco and eco-friendly mean?
Huh?
I know it's all about helping the earth and all, but I don't know what it really means, you know? Hitomi thought for a moment.
I'm just imagining a text-to-speech bot saying the F word when the redacted part shows up. Yep. Yes.
I
I'm
can
pretty sure it's
provide that for you.
Yes, we can.
I'm pretty sure it's short for the English word ecology, which is the science of examining the relationship between man and nature.
Ecology is a subset of biology that deals with the reciprocal relationship between organisms and their environment. Nowadays, the term can also refer to cultural and social effects on the global environment. The latter usage can be broad and imprecise, making the exact meaning somewhat difficult to define. Oh, right! Science! Pleased with himself, Achi chattered on excitedly. A faint smile crept onto Hitomi's face. Say,
Oh wow.
you ever hear about the clean river here in Shibuya?
Clean River?
In Shibuya? Really?
Ask 100 youngsters outside of Shibuya Station the same question, and you'd probably get that same answer 100 times. Yeah, the Shibuya River. You know, that drainage channel we saw earlier?
Ecotourism? Wait, that's the clean river you're talking about?
By no reasonable definition was the Shibuya River what anyone would call clean. That's the one. Achi grinned at her confusion. See, the river used to be clean a long time ago. I read about it in this old book called Science Strikes Back. Science Strikes Back is a popular monthly magazine, abbreviated SSB. The series has been running for 29 years now, but the Strike Back appendix is still immensely popular with children. The woman who handles the home deliveries is known as the SSB lady, and children wait excitedly on the 25th of each month for her to make her rounds.
I used to have that book.
Hitomi chirped, her eyes wide with excitement.
You're talking about the bit with the river that got turned into a song, right?
The famous 1912 song Haru no Ogawa, or The Spring Brook, with lyrics by Tatsuyuki Takano and music by Teiichi Okano. It is said that the song was inspired by the view of the upper course of the Shibuya River during Takano's childhood. In the modern day, there's a stone monument bearing the song's lyrics along the Odakyu line between Yoyogi Hachiman and Sangubashi. I will point out, if you have any Japanese person listen to this song, we all know it. I do not know why it's just one of those songs that, like, everyone knows, but, like, there's, like, 5 or 6 songs that we all have in our cultural knowledge, and I don't know why.
And that's one of them.
That's one of them, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. You read it too.
I did! Oh my god, Sephiroth confirmed for Science Strike Back's Ultimate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I actually felt a giddy rush at this unexpected connection they shared. Imagine if there was still a clean, beautiful river here in Shibuya. It'd be the perfect place for taking a romantic stroll.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Hitomi looked up at Achi. She seemed to share his joy in this idea. Wouldn't it be amazing, Achi said, if that dirty little channel could be clean like it used to be?
It would.
Maybe as amazing as the look on Hitomi's face right now, Achi thought. Hitomi, tell me some more ecology stuff. Hit me with whatever you got. She seemed happy to oblige, and so they walked along. Hitomi explained bits of knowledge she'd picked up over the years. Achi was quiet, hanging on to her every word.
Oh, this boy in love.
Oh, yeah. The return to Dogenzaka became an impromptu environmentalism lecture. Hitomi continued until she'd exhausted her ready knowledge. I just don't get it, Achi grumbled when she paused at last. I mean, why is it a bad thing if the planet gets warmer? Wouldn't that make winter in places like Hokkaido way easier?
No, you see, because if the whole planet gets warmer, it'll cause the whole ecosystem to collapse.
I love that we're in the middle of trying to rescue a kidnapped girl and run from a man with a gun. And we're worried about global warming. Achi racked his brain.
That's what I do.
I know. And
This is a really weird first date.
it's fine. And the ecosystem is what again? Is that like a solar system? Images of the cosmos filled his imagination.
No, not really.
Hitomi said. So, is it more like a sound system then?
Not really.
Oh. But anyway, you're saying that the problem is with the, what was it again? Carbon,
Dioxide?
yeah, that stuff. I'm gonna have to cut down on that.
Sure.
Challenge to stop breathing. 2020.
Yeah.
Start now. That
The no
settles it.
breathing challenge.
Exactly. That settles it, Achi declared proudly. No more soda for me,
Soda?
Hitomi asked. Yeah, it's carbonated, right? Hitomi burst out laughing. What? I'm serious.
Oh,
You don't think I can do it?
I'm sorry.
Hitomi said, catching her breath.
It's just
Her face froze,
You dumb but cute.
her mirth abruptly vanishing.
Oh no.
Huh? Achi stared at her face in alarm. What is it? Oh, hey, dude! How you doing? He turned his attention in the direction Hitomi was looking. The man with the cane was bearing down on them. Oh, come on! You have got to be kidding me! No one else has to deal with this on a first date. He grabbed Hitomi's
Jesus
hand and
Christ.
ran. Like, come on, dude. Leave us alone.
Hachi should really be going after energy company CEOs. Yes.
Exactly. Like, he's the one that would commit eco-terrorism on those big ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This time he headed for the main road, hoping to get lost in the crowd. Hitomi struggled to keep up. She was exhausted after all their earlier running. You can do it, he told her. The guy's got a cane. We can outrun him. The assassin was still hurrying after them. Once we get out onto the next corner, we'll be out on the main road.
Yeah, okay.
She strained to get the words out. Bit by bit, her feet were slowing down. It was another 50 meters or so to the main road. Achi realized that they might get caught before they got there. Sorry, Hitomi, he exclaimed, but I gotta do this. He scooped her up in his arms.
Hot.
This man is Superman. By the time the squeak
Yes,
had
he is.
escaped her mouth, Achi was already running full out.
Amaji! Please put me down.
Don't worry, you're super light. Achi glanced back and saw the assassin, now far behind, break off his pursuit. But just as they rounded the corner, he heard the man call out to him. Achi almost stopped on reflex. Hold on, did he just shout my name? How the heck does he know
Achi.
my name?
Achiendo, you famous.
Yeah. Quaking with unease, Achi slipped into the crowd.
Damn,
hell, man?
what you did, boy?
I know.
What you did, boy?
Achi, could you please put me down now?
A meek voice pulled him from his panic. Huh? He looked down at the girl in his arms. People in the crowd all around them were watching and chuckling.
I mean, I'm really happy you saved me and all, but being carried around like this is,
Hitomi was blushing beet red, but Achi's expression had gone pale.
kinda hot. Not gonna lie.
Achi, wait.
Had he really
Wait,
heard that
wait.
right? That's what it had sounded like. He said Hitomi back on her feet, then used his shirt sleeve to wipe the sweat from his face.
You okay?
Hitomi asked. When we were running just now, did that guy say anything?
Not that I heard, no.
Huh. He just imagined it then? Maybe. Achi was sure he didn't recognize the man.
There's something weird about that guy, though.
Hitomi murmured. She furrowed her brow.
No matter where we run, he keeps catching up to us. It's almost like he knows where we're going.
She was right. Finding a particular pair of people in a place as big as Shibuya bordered on the impossible, and yet somehow the assassin had tracked them down several times now. Yeah, Achi said. It's like he's got some way of locating us or something. He got a sudden idea. That's it! What if they're doing the whole...
Hitomi have a chip?
Yeah. What if they're doing the whole tracking thing, but like backwards?
What?
Hitomi's eyes widened. Okay, so you know how in police shows they always stick a tracking device in the bag with the ransom money? Like that, but backwards. Okay, so backwards isn't the right way to describe this, but Achi doesn't realize that. He does seem to know that what a tracking device is, at least. A radio transmitter that can be located by the signal it emits. The Japanese police sometimes refer to this as a beeper, not to be confused with the English slang term beeper, meaning a pager. Not that anyone in this century has talked about a pager.
Call me, beep me if you want to reach me.
It's impossible. This is all Impossible's fault. Anyway. Oh, what if he rushed in and stole the cane before running away? Oh, God,
I shouldn't laugh at that.
Same, but you know, we're here now. It's okay.
Look, I don't think anyone on this stream is unaware that I am not the best person. And I enjoy a little bit of mischief at times.
That would be one of those times, yes.
Yeah.
Backwards?
Yeah. Like, instead of putting the tracker on the money, they put it on you. Hitomi frowned.
Oh, shit. I don't see how I could possibly have a tracker on me.
She said.
I mean, I'm just wearing my clothes from home.
Oh. Huh. Well then, how is he doing it then? Barely a moment passed from the moment he got the words out of his mouth. Well, that's how moments work, yep. Once
It's
again,
your phone, girl.
the man with the cane stepped out on the road ahead of them. It really did seem as if he'd known exactly where they were going to be. How the hell is this happening? Achi groaned. He reached for Hitomi's waist, ready to pick her up again.
It's okay, I can run by myself.
Achi took her by the hand instead, and they raced into another alley.
It's your phone.
This guy will just not give up. At the far end of the alley, he could see a forklift parked beside a pile of cardboard boxes. Achi decided are we going to throw the boxes at our pursuer, or are we going to hop into the forklift and drive it at the assassin?
Ooh.
Neither one of these seem like particularly great options, but,
Yeah.
well, we gotta
We're gonna
choose
kill
one.
a guy?
Yeah.
Right.
How fast do
On your
forklifts
basic
go,
damage.
and do we know how to drive one?
True. That's the problem. I'm here to save the world. You can't stop me because I'm Achi and Joe. Yes. Thank you. Let's just rewrite the entire Kim Possible theme song to Achi.
Perfect.
It's great. They said to drive the forklift. You know what? YOLO. It's like a box cart, right?
Alright, let's go ahead and hop into the forklift. This
Yay!
ends now! Achi leapt into the forklift and hit the ignition. The engine roared to life. He lowered the forks and stepped onto the accelerator, picking up the pallet of cardboard boxes as he charged toward the man with the cane. The tower of boxes struck the man with a thud. Achi kept accelerating, driving him back a good 10 meters or so. The gunman let out a low grunt at the impact. Achi then hit the brake, shifted back into reverse, and hit the gas again, backing up as fast as he could. The boxes crashed down in a heap, burying the assassin underneath. Several small bottles spilled from the broken cupboard and smashed onto the pavement. What do you want to guess? That's burning hammer.
Burning hammer! It's gonna burn his eyes out.
Oh yeah, there's no question about it.
Oh yeah, his retina's gonna burn. Hey, what the hell are you doing?
A middle-aged man in a sanitation uniform had come running at the sound of the forklift. Sorry, man, gotta run! Achi exclaimed as he jumped from the vehicle. And don't forget to recycle that glass! He took Hitomi's hand and sprinted away down the alleyway. The sanitation worker glowered after him, then turned and gazed despondently at the jumbled pile of boxes and broken glass. Well, you know what? That's not our problem right now.
Yeah, it's not our problem anymore.
Exactly. Their ragged breathing echoed through the maze of the side streets. All that work just to wind up fleeing for their lives again. Achi ground his teeth in frustration. There are two main types of teeth grinding. One, the subconscious act of gritting one's teeth together while asleep, or two, gritting one's teeth together as a response to anger or frustration. Here we have an example of two. At roughly this same time, Minoru Minorikawa is grinding his teeth while trying to keep to his schedule. I think that we are to... Yep, we can't do this one. So this is what happened in case you were curious about if we could swap to something that we hadn't seen yet. We cannot.
Right.
He told me, he groaned when they slowed down to catch their breath at last. I'm so sorry. He told me it was nonplussed.
Sorry, whatever for?
I keep saying how I'm going to help you, but instead I just keep putting you in danger.
Achi, no. If you hadn't been with me, I'm sure I'd already be D-word.
No. Achi hurried to cut her off before she could finish. Don't go there, please. He sighed, then spoke again more quietly. I just want to help you. Clenching a fist, he looked up at the sky. A tiny sliver of blue was visible through the narrow gap between the buildings. Hitomi hung her head.
Honestly, I can hardly believe how much you've done for me. I do appreciate it, but still, the lengths you've gone to is a lot.
Achi looked at his feet, then drew himself up. Well, I admit it's not just because of some gut instinct or your love for the environment, he said. There's another reason I'm doing this.
Wow. Oh, confess your love, bitch. I'm sorry.
We've known each other for a whole 3 hours.
Yes, that's true love.
Is this a Disney movie now?
Yes, it is.
Achi paused, searching for the right words. I've got a little sister. Her name's Suzune. She's cute and smart, kind of the exact opposite of me, you know? His voice took on an uncharacteristic solemnity. But she's got a weak heart, so she's in the hospital.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But what does that have to do with wanting to help me?
Back when Suzune was first admitted, I'd go and visit her every day. But she... Flashback time.
Oh no.
Achi, you don't need to come visit me every day, you know.
The quiet hospital room made Suzune's voice sound all the more frail. What are you talking about? Achi said. You know I'm worried about you.
I'll be fine on my own, really.
Achi had heard that line before. The more she insisted she was fine, though, the more reluctant he was to leave her.
Besides, aren't you the amazing guy who helps hold Shibuya together? We need you out there.
Achi didn't know how to respond to that. Much as it was flattering to think he played some important role, he was really just hanging out and goofing off with his pals. It certainly wasn't anything for his sister to be proud of.
You're living your best life, bro. Proud of you. I'd rather you spend your energy helping people who need it more than me.
What do you mean people who need the help more? Who could possibly need more help right now than you? Achi scratched his head in confusion, and his sister gave him a weak, tiny smile.
Men with canes or something? I don't know. You'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll find you soon enough.
But I'm gonna be here with you.
I'll be fine.
Suzune's face was pale, but her tone was firm.
My big brother is going to be out there doing his best to help people. That's what makes me happy. That's what keeps me going.
Her voice was clear and unwavering, as if to head off his rebuttal. All right, Achi said with a reluctant sigh. So then, I guess, I'll just go out there and help people who are in trouble? Satisfied, Suzune smiled.
Yes. Thank you. And you can promise me one more thing?
Of course, anything you like. He thumped himself on the chest.
If you're going to help someone, make sure you see it all the way through to the end, okay?
Okay.
No calling it quits partway through, yeah?
You got it.
Also, I really want matcha Pocky. That's all I want. I just worry.
Suzune said.
I know you have a tendency to lose interest in things.
Look, don't sweat it. I swear I won't give up on this.
You have commitment issues.
Achi stuck out his pinky finger. But I want you to promise me something in return. Promise me you won't let this thing beat you. Suzune hooked her little finger around her brother's, her sad smile fragile as glass.
He only has one outfit.
He really does. And
Oh,
so there you have it, Aji said. Kind of a rubbish story, I know. Not very funny.
So your sister's heart condition, it's pretty bad?
Achi nodded. You know, she called me amazing. There's nothing amazing about me. Suzune, she's the amazing one. She's been in the hospital so long, in so much pain, but she never complains. All I do is hang out and goof off with my friends. He gave a shrug. But I just kept thinking about how happy she'd be if I really did help people. It had turned out that finding people in need hadn't been all that simple. The only helpful thing Achi had been able to think of was going around picking up trash. And that's why Suzune's idiot brother left SOS to be Shibuya's garbage man.
Iconic. Legends only. No, it's like Danger gets the hormones going. My big brother's going to be out there punching supervillains who pollute the planet.
Exactly.
Suzune. And if the person you're helping happens to be a pretty girl, please give me a new sister-in-law and a baby niece.
Oh my god. Say.
I feel like Suzune would approve if he told me. It's fine.
Yeah. She would ship it.
Mhm.
And then they can, talk about boys. Anyway.
Here we go.
Did your friends know
Hitomi asked.
about your sister?
I didn't tell them. I didn't want to pin this all on her being sick.
Ah, I see.
At least now Hitomi understood what the fight with the local toughs had been about. The sound of approaching footsteps jerked them back into the present. The man with the cane appeared at the end of the alley. He raised his gun. There was no time to flee. Achi quickly stepped in front of Hitomi. If you shoot us here, people are going to come running, he said. I'm guessing you don't want to get pegged for murder. The assassin didn't flinch.
Shit. Stay out of my way, Achi.
This time, there was no doubt. The gunman had spoken Achi's name loud and clear. How do you know who I am? The man stared at him through the sights of his gun.
She has to die, Achi. It's for your own good. She's my no TP.
What does he mean?
Hitomi whispered.
Achi, what is he talking about?
Achi's mind was a whirl. Things were coming at him way too fast for him to process. I don't know this guy. Hitomi, please, you have to believe me.
But
Hitomi took a doubtful step away from Achi. The assassin didn't miss his opening. He quickly aimed at her. Cut the crap, man! What do you mean killing her is for my own good?
Once she's dead, you'll understand.
The gunman's finger tightened on the trigger.
Oh no.
Oh great, that's the to be continued.
Assassin, this girl stands in the way of my ship becoming canon. God damn it. He's one of those.
All right. So we're gonna end here for tonight. And you can stew about it for the next 6 days.
I'm gonna scream in my sleep, it's fine.
So next stream, we're going to skip on Thursday, I think we've decided. So we'll do Monday of
Yeah.
next week. I don't remember what date it is, but you know what? If you remember Monday, we'll be there. And
Yeah.
So everyone have a good holiday, whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate anything, you know, celebrate
Vibe.
hopefully having a few days off of work or school or whatever you're doing. Well wishes to all.
Vibe.
Have a good holiday. Be safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. All of the things to stay safe during this holiday season as well. And we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Have a good night, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Happy
for
holidays.